it's impossible to have had a single dull moment, and I'm not even talking the kind of film that was being made, with this gentleman and this gentleman in there, the great Anil Kapoor Saab, and Arjun, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bhavin.
So thank you so much for joining us. And the two ladies in the middle. So this is family and outsiders in there in the film. Thank you so much for joining us.
Family and more family and more family and more family.
Yes, it's a large family in there. Atya, you're looking wonderful. And you look as usual gorgeous. The men, of course, look like they've had a long day, which is great.
Not at all. The day has just begun.
The day has just begun, sir, but I have to say, this camaraderie is fantastic. Who always wins the battle? Because I see him giving it back to you every time as well.
Arjun Chachu, he wins the battle.
He does, is it?
I win the battles, he wins the war.
No, but on the set also, is it a battle and a war? Because there were 5 of you on the set. There was 2 of you as well, man. That was fun.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
but imagine I had to be 2 to handle 1.
No.
That's what was needed.
Did he appear different in both at all? Did he pull it off completely? I love the trailer. He looks fantastic.
Absolutely.
His look bhi proper ja raha hai.
Absolutely. It took me by surprise.
Took you by surprise. You didn't think he'd pull it off?
Whenever I call him up, यार तूने वो scene जबरदस्त किया है यार, fantastic किया. We keep on calling him up. वो scene देखा. Instead of being happy and he's good, I said, Chachu, what do you think I am? Why are you so surprised? Of course, I am fantastic. आखिर भतीजा किसका है?
ये scene तूने बहुत अच्छा किया. I said, you were in the scene with me that time, you didn't realize it. But now he's noticing my performance. But one thing I have to say, when he saw me as the Sardar on the first day, he had come for the Muhurat in Chandigarh. And he gave this long look and he told Murad bhai, Ashwin, all the producers and Anish bhai कि ये casting सही हो गई. So I looked at him, I said, प्रेपरेशन के वक्त आपको डाउट था कि अब मुझे सरदार की तरह देखा है तो आप कंफर्म करो कि अब ये कास्टिंग सही होगी.
But he is very honest, right? You are very honest.
No, but
if he done a bad job, would you have told him?
Certain tricky scenes in this film.
Yeah.
Very, very tricky scenes. मतलब बड़े जो है ना मतलब experienced actors भी उनका भी like for example the scene where ये मेरी Kartar Singh के साथ है and obviously everybody's frustrated. She's frustrated. He's frustrated. Oh, she's frustrated. He's
frustrated. Scene where
everybody is frustrated.
The chaos moment in a nice film.
ऐसे बहुत है. उनमें से एक ये था where that's the time I called him. I said, क्या यार? It's fantastic, absolutely. See it. मैं ज़्यादा उसको hype नहीं करना चाहता because हम लोग आजकल hype करते हैं तो हम लोग फिर भी एक दूसरे को doubt होते हैं.
No.
ज़्यादा hype he's hyping too much, but genuinely it was. And I picked up the phone and I genuinely said he's terrific in that scene. Isn't he fantastic in that scene?
Yes.
I'm actually coming to you.
But you prefer the Karan or the Charan in that scene? I think in that scene both of them are good.
They're both good, but I like Charan's. I like Charan as a character. The way Charan is shaped up as a character. I think it's adorable. He's adorable.
But I like the fact that he's actually not both.
Powder.
Ilana, but you come into this film. You come into this film.
They've gone elsewhere.
Don't worry, we're coming to you as well. You've come into this film, and I'm still a super fan of Anis Bazmi's No Entry, right? It comes in there, and we see lots of this choreography that happens there. Let's put it this way. And the girls have enough to do as well, also, which is a big. If sometimes in these very large bits, you see these big blockbuster films which are going to make 7,000 crores, sometimes you just see that everyone is playing a part which is part of the jigsaw puzzle.
Right.
But you doing this, I wouldn't have expected. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
And how'd you say yes?
Well, just because of the unexpectedness of it, I didn't ever expect to play a Punjabi girl. I'm from Goa. I didn't expect to do Hindi films, and now I'm playing a Punjabi girl. Yeah. And I just think that I've always wanted to do something different in every film that I did, and this film was far different from anything else that I've done. So.
And did you enjoy? Were you comfortable in it, or did it take a while to get okay?
It took a while because she's not someone who'll just sit and have a conversation, and I'm not someone who's super hyper. She is hyper, like she gets violent at times. She's very physical in the way she'll talk. Right. She won't just sit and have a very graceful, feminine conversation with you. She's hyper. She's more like a dude, I think, at some points.
Oh, she's probably.
So she's a bit boisterous.
Yeah, there's a Skype call which she has done.
Yeah.
The Skype call she's done. She is fantastic in a Skype call. I said, when there's a conversation because I don't know,
really?
I've not met her. There's a first scene where I'm introduced to her and I mistake her for someone else, and then she said, "Listen, I'm not that one. Don't expect me. I am that sweetie." So suddenly I realized, I said, "This is the yeah." So that's one of my favorite scenes.
So you like lots of scenes of hers. You like lots of his.
No, I'm just picking up the scenes where
he's making sure कि जब तक उन तक बात पहुँचे तो हम अपना ammunition
on your left is a lady who I've seen pretty much from the first day of being launched in front of the entire audience. There are lots of things that I like about her as well. And you know, now you have to tell me 3-4 nice things about her on the set as well, since you've been so effusive in your praise about everybody
They
else.
used to have
No, no, but
conversations about life.
No, but the best.
Already? Athiya having conversation about life already?
No,
Yeah, I'm a
she
very deep person like that, no?
Yeah, I know, but on a Mubarakan set, maybe other things? Or no? No? Straight away with Anil ji.
No, Anil Jha was praising you. Ask her what you were saying.
No, but she's.
No,
So you have to praise her now. And genuine praise.
No, but I've been warned that when the girls are speaking, you don't speak.
No. I'm asking you to speak.
No, now you can speak.
So,
We don't want you to stop talking. You keep talking.
Jalal.
Jalal को बाहर निकालो set के.
but Anil sir, are you avoiding the question about the effusive praise about
No,
her?
मेरे को मौका मत दिया.
So Arjun,
This is the lunch. This is the lunch.
You want me to say which, you know?
no, the truth. The
I
truth
love
and
her.
nothing but the
I love her introduction. It is beautiful. It's beautiful and very, you know, because Anisa was assistant to Raj Saab also.
Right.
You know, Raj Kapoor Saab. He was a young kid when he was assisting Raj Saab. So, you know, people imagine him like no entry and welcome and all. But he has done a lot of other films also, like Pyar To Hone Ka, which is just a completely a romantic film. Then he did Divangi, which was a thriller. And he's written a few films where I like Ladla and Divana Mastan. They're all different kind of films. So when I saw the introduction, it reminded me of, you know,
The Anis Bazmi of old.
not old,
Or
but one
when- as
who
an
has
assistant.
learnt a lot from Raj Kapoor Saab. So I could feel the introduction. You know, it's very ethereal. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, I have.
You always have those kind of introductions, right?
But now when she was doing the rehearsal, she did Sat Sri Akal. This was a rehearsal. So they had to say, no, आप बिंकल हो. थोड़ा सा सत श्री अकाल ऐसे सर झुका के आंखें झुका के करो.
So but I'll put it this way, you know, when you're being introduced and all, you know, there's this, we'd had this conversation then as well. This quintessential heroine of Bollywood had to happen. And a lot of it did happen, some of it didn't happen. There's a bit of a gap that happens in there, lots of questions in there. But then you have this news coming out. Would you say you wanted to relaunch yourself completely?
Not at all. Not at all.
Were you disappointed with how?
No, I did only one. I am relaunching myself in this film.
Acha, you, as what, sir?
Huh?
As what? How?
The youngest Kapoor
As the
As youngest.
ever. The Curious Case of Anil Kapoor. That's the other title of this film.
Actually, nobody relaunches.
Yeah.
You know, for every
Nobody in our own head,
no,
you know?
no, it's not a question of head. Sorry.
No.
Yeah. See, every film, for all of us, we all actors, because you see, her legacy also. She's, you know what films are, actors. She's seen everything, you know, consciously and subconsciously. I'm sure she knows everything, you know. So every film is a launch for everybody. I might say that. I'm sure for Ileana or for pronounce it right? Ileana. Sorry.
I was just waiting.
Yeah. Arjun Chachu, all of us. Even for you, you know. don't
Been
you
stuck in
feel-
this chair for 15
No,
years.
I'm just saying, whenever you want to do an interview, obviously,
Yeah.
you know, you take it as if it's your first interview.
True,
Or
true.
you have a very jaded attitude towards it. No.
Yeah.
You're
It's
very
a mixture of
excited.
both. I mean, yeah.
No, for us.
It's a mixture of.
No, for me, no. For all of us, no. I can vouch for
Yeah,
it.
you have to, yeah, I guess you have
No, I guess you're playing a role when you're acting.
Correct.
Correct.
to. There's a separate interview going on there.
You're the best. You're the best.
This is why
So
he's my
him,
favorite.
were you nervous at all?
I
Were you-
was very nervous.
Of who?
Just because I just felt like it's my second film. I'm new. I'm working with all of them. They're all much more knowledgeable, and all of that. So I was nervous, but I feel
Sorry.
not of you, not
No,
of
you
you.
were
of
not nervous at all.
Who's your go-to buddy when you go and I'm going, listen, I'm like shaking before a shot and I have to give a shot with Anil Kapoor. Tell me what to do. Do you have a go-to buddy?
you. No,
No?
I internalize.
You're internal. Are you doing a lot of yoga?
No, not on this set for sure. There's no time for yoga.
No, but you come into an Anis Bazmi film, it's a big deal, you know. It's always a massively very grand.
yeah.
Even when you look at this, a lot of money has been spent on it. I love it. You know, it looks grand, and I do believe in thought process. Sometimes some films need to be made just to enjoy the grandeur of cinema.
Yeah.
And you're part of this film as well. Were you like jumping for joy?
I was, because this is what I've grown up watching. I want to be an Hindi film heroine, and I got to do exactly that.
Anil sir, so much as I've spoken about your zest for life and all those kind of things, but I have to say also, you're one of the most brilliantly composed actors on screen as well, you know. You have everything, there's this madness, but there's controlled madness as well. This chemistry that you have with Anis Bazmi also is fantastic. Talk about that, and talk about when you're in this chaotic zone, how do you maintain perfection with the comedic scenes and the timing and the people and lots of things in there always?
See, it's not only the unease. I've done in this genre, quite a few other films also earlier also, which is a family entertainer. I think Mr. India was also a family entertainer.
Yeah.
Hera Fairy was a family entertainer. Chennai Express was a good family entertainer. And everybody's got their own style. There's Chalti Ka Naam Gaadi, there is all Rishikesh Mukherjee films, and there's Basu Chatterjee films, and there's Manmohan Desai films. And so I am a big fan, even Raj Saab's films, or even Bobby is a great entertainer. It's a love story, but there's a lot of entertainment also. Like Premnath's character, I love that character, of Premnath, where he played Dimple's father. So I've done, I've been watching all these films and I've been very fortunate that there are a lot of characters which, with the help of the great writers I worked with, the great directors I worked with, the great co-stars I worked with, because ultimately, obviously, it's all about, whom you're working with. There's a lot of jugalbandi which happens.
Of course.
There's a lot of give and take, and you take so many, you take energies, you give energies, and that kind of a thing. So I've been very, very fortunate. So coming to Anis Bazmi, I think Anis Bazmi also, somewhere there is a like-minded, is where both of us, the way we connect.
So does he let you just be and you do what?
Yeah, there is.
Within a framework, of course.
There is a lot of things where we trust each other blindly. And there are times when I have done films without even listening to a script. I've not heard a script. He said.
And have you regretted it later?
Not yet. Not yet. See, it's just one life, yeah. One film. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. One role doesn't come across. There are so many times you do a film, do a role, it doesn't come across. Fine, you move on to the next. So that's been, my attitude in life. And Water finds his own.
No, but as a leading star and, over the decades, you've got to do that. If you can get bogged down with one performance that the people haven't liked, it's over. I mean, it's over here.
No. It's all,
Yeah, and of course it has to be internal.
You can't take yourself. You feel that people are thinking about it. People really don't really register. They register it, but they, because
of course they will,
don't hold on
especially in
to
this
it.
day and age.
आगे बढ़ जाते हैं.
आगे बढ़ जाते हैं. And especially when they know that you have been very, very honest about what you've done.
That happens with you also a lot. I think a lot of people have their varying opinions also, but I like how you move on with it. There's a lot of hard work that goes into a film, and every film. But this film, I think triple hard work has gone in. And it's just going to hurt a lot more.
Sorry, can I interpret?
Sure.
There are certain films which in the marketing looks as if everybody's made a lot of effort. You understand, there are certain roles you do which have an inherent marketing thing. कितनी मेहनत की है इस film के अंदर.
Are you saying he's not done that?
No, I'm just saying,
okay.
for actors, for directors, for writers and everything.
Right.
But genuinely I'm telling you, in these kind of films, Mubarakan, there's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
There is a lot of hard work. In every character, every line, every word spoken.
Yeah, because it's got to look casual and get rehearsed. And
There is so much happening. There are so many characters, family, and you're somewhere we're trying to make a film which everybody can identify with, enjoy.
I think the enjoyments have come across completely in the trailer.
वो सुर पकड़ना बहुत जरूरी है.
तुम्हारा सुर पकड़ना बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल था. एक तो double करना है role यार. Double roles are very difficult, and in the recent past, not many have worked.
Yeah, so.
Which has not worked? Tell me.
In the last 10 years, we've hardly any double roles that people have wanted.
Hardly a film.
Now they're doing a Dhruva and they're doing all that.
Rowdy Rathore was the only film that had a double role that worked in the last few years, but that was ऐसा double role I think Hindustan में आया.
I was not.
I think Hindustan में this kind of a double role कभी आया ही नहीं है. पहली बात तो मेरा brother is talking to another brother throughout the film. They share screen space throughout. It's not mistaken identity, and they're two characters independent of each other. It's not कि एक को चाटा मारते तो दूसरे को लगती है. It's not about the emotional angst of being twins. They have separate identity, separate lives, separate problems. दोनों के सुर बनाना जरूरी थे. Paper पे Karan, the character Karan, that's opposite Ilyana, he was quite measured on paper. Like you always knew he's a little oversmart, little arrogant, thinks he's very street smart, but he's actually a fool. That was pitched on paper. Now Charan was somebody who's actually the whole film is happening to him. He's actually the most Anis Bazmi character, but he might not be saying a lot or doing a lot, but his reactions were the most important because he's in every scene.
But this, I would say, after Gunde, this would be your loudest film that you've attempted.
Yeah,
It's not loud. Huh?
Well, it's
please, I get very upset.
Okay,
No, don't ever
in comparison, sir. In comparison.
Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. I get very upset when
it's
you hear
pitched. It's pitched as an entertainer.
It's more
Compared to his films, yes.
Don't.
Okay,
please don't
I'll
say-
temper the word loud to say most
don't
expressive.
No. You
Most
see,
expressive.
Yes, most expressive is a more
and
adjusted word.
I'll tell you what
Yeah.
people say. As long as we hold the interest of the audience,
Yeah.
You might call it hemming, you might call it loud, you might call it real, you might call anything you want. Intellectualize your performance and what people think, and everybody has his own way of thinking about it. But ultimately, it's how you hold the interest when you are on big screen. Are you able to hold the interest and attention, the film?
No, but
I would say I've played one wacky character that's really out there, and the other one is slightly more shy.
Yeah.
So there's one wacky character who's really out there and he's having a blast. The other guy's a slightly more caught up guy in the situation.
Yeah.
So to play both those characters was exciting. You get to do them in two separate films. I'm getting to do it together.
I was going to say, would you get paid double for it?
No. But honestly, it's for me, I think this is the best kind of genre to do this kind of. And talking about the effort, more than the effort, it was, I know what the dividends are in this film that the family audience will see. There are more people coming to see a film like this. So you know, आप जितनी मेहनत कर रहे हो,
hopefully.
हाँ, दुआ यही होती है कि people come and watch it. I was very excited by the prospect of doing comedy in a double role. I've not done this kind of a film before, and to do a double role after an Aurangzeb for me was challenging and exciting because this is different. This is me with myself.
That was, I think, one of the most underrated performances, which is actually came out very well on screen.
The film was very underrated. I think at the time it came, it was a songless thriller, and though it was not so in vogue, if I had that film coming out today, it would be a very in vogue kind of film, very spoken of, performance oriented. होता है कई बार, you need to learn and live and learn, but I think every film is important. But coming to Mubarakan, I think the double role is possible only because of the writing. When you see the film, they've written the characters so well, the situation so well, the interaction, the chemistry that I could create with myself, it's not easy. The characters, the interplay between Kartar, Karan and Charan. Because Karan thinks that Kartar is not going to be able to solve this. Charan believes that he's a genius, he will solve it. Now that dichotomy of
the two characters,
where you as the audience also don't know who to believe. Is Kartar going to solve it? Half will say, nahi, Karan is right, half will say,
no, but playing the character, did you ever get confused? I mean, if you're playing both of them the same day?
I was playing them the same hour, same.
Yeah, so man, like, how to switch back and switch forward?
Promoting it with double role.
I can, it was not.
In fact, we launched the music.
Trailer also.
So if I had to ask you, say, Anil sir, I love you, aap, aise kuch do line bolo. Give me both ways of how you would say it as the two characters.
Kartar Mamu, you're a genius, पर कुछ सोचो ना यार. Idea तो सोचो, कैसे promote करें ये picture को और better. This is Karan.
Yeah.
Kartar Mamu, you're a genius. Karan की बात मत सुनो, आप बताओ ना कैसे करना promote हम करेंगे जाके.
Well done. Went back and forth. Schizophrenia is part of your.
Yeah, so that's fun. And imagine you get paid to do this. That's the best part. And you get at least one.
Double, 1.5. Ileana, you come into the film and you see this boy.
Yeah.
This boy has suddenly risen in the ranks in the last 4 or 5 years, and this gentleman who's been there for the last 30 years and still holding his own completely every single time. Is it an exciting prospect to be part of such a huge setup? Because I feel you're one of the most underutilized actresses in Bollywood. It pains me not to see more of you on screen sometimes. Because I love watching you on screen.
Wow, I hate watching myself on screen. I genuinely am my biggest critic. But anyway,
is that why you stayed away?
There's a film that she did that I'd seen many years back, which was remade into Wanted. You should see that film.
Oh God, I was 19 years old then.
It's called Pokhari.
Which
Pokhari.
then
It was out-
wanted Salman Khan.
His father made.
The first time I saw her was in Barfi.
You were so good.
Oh.
Phenomenal.
Because you-
Fantastic.
So, but Barfi was phenomenal, and it was phenomenal.
But he's technically actually seen my second film, and I had no idea what I was doing in that film.
And I know that you had no idea what you were doing in Barfi as well, because Anurag Basu never had a script for it.
I didn't.
And Ranveer told me this, and he
I
said,
didn't know the
we
beginning,
saw the film in the edit.
the end of the scene, exactly. I used to ask Ranveer because I was like, he would know.
He said, I don't know.
He used to keep telling me, I really don't know. So I've never honestly had. I mean, I've had the privilege of working with some really big stars, but I've never looked at them as stars.
But you're never, I always
I'm
say
very
this,
disconnected.
You're not Bollywood-esque.
I'm not at all Bollywoodist.
Why?
A switch off button.
I have a very big switch off button. I'm a very normal person. I don't get. No, I'm not saying you're abnormal. I'm saying you're very.
No, sir, if I put the two of you in a frame together, you're completely Bollywood and she's not.
Sorry?
If I put the two of you in a frame together, you're perfect Bollywood.
People say I'm in Hollywood.
That's true.
Actually,
He's international.
true, actually.
मैं domestic हूँ, ये international.
He's international.
And now when I do come to you,
बीच में गोवा आता है.
I am an Indian actor.
that's true. But the only one who's dressed Hollywood wise, the best dressed today is you.
Indian actor.
And I think if I was put in a room with Anand Kapoor sir for 1 hour, I would just fall in love with everything you're saying. Was that the case with you as well when you met him?
For sure.
Yeah?
For sure, yeah.
What are the stories that you wanted to hear the most from him?
The stories.
of the?
No, his
Does he
rehearsals,
start?
he didn't.
his rehearsals were the most entertaining.
Yeah.
Which is
Which
why?
is
Are y'all exposing?
and the
You like
You have
that?
got an
Because you know, he used to do all his variations in the rehearsal to find the correct take. He used to do all his rehearsals and all his.
And you're all the audience at that time, and he's looking for.
No, we used to be acting with him, but then I realized the power of rehearsal. See, as an actor, you are so used to being spontaneous.
Yeah.
You've been
Actually,
conditioned to
you
do.
are not spontaneous.
No, we've been told कि reading करके आओ, scene याद करके आओ, set पे एक आध rehearsal करके shot देंगे.
Yeah, I agree.
What I like about or what I learned from you was जितना भी आप prepare होके आओ, eventually come on set and still be like a child and use it like a playground. Discover even what more. एक आपने कमरे में you planned a room, planned a scene alone. Now you have all your tools. Now let's play a little bit more. ना ये अच्छा नहीं लगा, we'll go back to what we thought in the room. But let me discover the scene again.
And that can only happen when you're doing it around everyone else. You
Correct.
so the key of the film.
Yeah, so he says, okay, let's try it like this. Ani sir, आपको ये पसंद है, ये करेंगे, ये पसंद. So which for me is like, okay, this man has come so prepared. He's open on the set also कि अरे ये कुर्सी मिल गई बैठने को. Now let me see if I can use the chair. अच्छा, this is what I'm doing.
It's almost like you're doing live theatre, and I think that's sometimes what you need to
he
do.
does that in his rehearsals. He uses the room, the space, the actors, which is great.
But I have to say, when you walk in, any moment of indecision, scared ever at all? I've never
I'm
seen you.
always scared.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
Scared
You
of what?
you appear
Not
to be
scared. I'm just.
She's clumsy.
No, yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, you're
I'm
scared.
very
She's very
clumsy.
clumsy. What is the meaning of clumsy? Does she fall over herself?
But if Anil Chaj was done having his interview,
No, she's not.
So
she's not scared.
now you will answer
scared, I'm
here.
like-
Never. You can't be scared.
Are you clumsy in the
But
sense
let
that
her
you
decide
fall
if she's scared.
No, but I have to tell her now.
He's giving
You have
me.
to tell her what to say.
He's,
No, not that.
तुम डर नहीं करती तुम.
The sense of being part of such a big film, did you see yourself? Did you think you'd put it off? Was there a moment where you said, "Oh, I don't think I belong here"?
I mean,
Don't look at him.
why are you looking at me?
Sorry, I can't even look at them.
You're intimidating
you can
yourself.
look, you can look.
Did Anil Kapoor intimidate you on
Not
the
at all.
set?
Not at all. I was
I
actually
don't
most
listen.
comfortable with him.
And did Arjun Kapoor intimidate
No.
you? No, Arjun
मैं
can't
काय का
intimidate you.
intimate करूँगा?
Okay, so let's come to things that people loved on the set. Eating? Did you all like eating on the
Yes.
set?
Absolutely.
And we met BFFs, best food friends.
Did you say absolutely? What is it that you eat? A morsel of what?
She eats
lettuce?
everything,
Really?
every
I eat
single.
for 5.
Morsel of lettuce.
She's metabolism की महारानी.
Oh God.
Blessed.
I
She's
know.
blessed.
What did you say? What did you say?
The fountain of
You
youth.
always tell me this. You can never be. You always tell me this.
I don't know.
Never mind.
But you better be.
बात गई बात गई.
Because your dad at his age is looking like this and it irritates everything out of us. That he starts looking like this. Okay, food. So who's the biggest foodie on the set apart from her?
Her, she was.
Really?
Apart from us.
But actually, all of us.
And
were
who eats the
foodies.
least? You.
No.
Just now we said bhuna chicken and all
Chicken,
with me.
I eat
yeah.
everything.
What about fitness?
You eat
Gym.
the least.
I know Ranveer told me this directly though. Okay, time pe. Before anything, you were the first person in the gym ever